Hello and welcome to weather. First of all, we're looking at a Hurricane Tammy as it clears the Caribbean. However, heavy rains are still lingering over the Leeward Islands. Meanwhile, we have flash floods as well as mudslides still possible in some of those islands, but the hurricane warnings have been discontinued. Meanwhile, we have the newest tropical depression which formed in the Western Caribbean Sea near Nicaragua, so we'll look at that as well. But firstly, satellite shows us at 5 p.m. the center of Hurricane Tammy, that's located about 1,100 kilometers south of Bermuda. You can see it here. And the radar shows that we have some heavy rains lingering over portions of the Leeward Islands. Some of those are orange spots as well, still trailing into parts of the Virgin Islands, so some still heavy showers are likely there. Now, Anguilla saw 127 millimeters on Sunday, St. Kitts 80 millimeters. These rain bands will produce an additional 75 millimeters over the northern Leeward Islands tonight, so some flash flooding and landslides are still possible over those hillier islands. So Tammy will likely take a turn towards the northeast through Tuesday and then continue through Wednesday, but Bermuda will be watching this quite closely. Currently, there are maximum sustained winds of 130 kilometers per hour at its center. Tropical storm force winds extend outward 200 kilometers. It should remain a Category 1 as we go through the next few days, despite some slight strengthening on a Tuesday. And then after midweek, we're looking at the forecast for Tammy to weaken as we go through Thursday and Friday. Meantime, we have dangerous breaking waves that will continue to affect the Leeward Islands, so some life-threatening surf and rip currents are still expected here, especially for Puerto Rico as well as those at Virgin Islands. So now let's take a look at the newly formed Tropical Depression 21, just formed earlier at 5 p.m. We're likely to see this system not strengthen because it's too close to land right now, and we'll likely see some quite heavy showers forming across Nicaragua as we go through tonight and then spread into Honduras as well. So the threat of landslides and flash flooding is likely there. So we are looking then at mostly clear skies, at least for Trinidad and Tobago. Not much change expected overnight. Looking at lows of about 24 degrees Celsius in Trinidad and then across in Tobago as well, possibly slightly cooler. So let's take a look at the forecast. We are looking at mostly settled weather across Tobago. For the most part, fair skies. It's 1 or 2 showers likely across the hills, a low of 26 degrees Celsius here. And for Trinidad, looking at a low of 24 degrees Celsius under partly cloudy skies. Now, tomorrow, we see very little change. The sunshine will be out. It will feel hot as a result, 33 degrees Celsius in Tobago, despite a few of those showers, as well as in Trinidad. We're looking at a high of 34 degrees Celsius, but it will likely feel more like a 38 as we factor in that humidity, and there's a 40% chance of a couple of thunderstorms. Now, through Wednesday and Thursday, we keep the similar conditions going. However, there'll be some added moisture on Thursday, so that will increase the chance of some thunderstorms here. And then we'll see brighter conditions as we get towards Friday for both islands. Now, for fisherfolk heading offshore, we've been seeing some of those swells coming through for the most part, courtesy of Tammy. Those have subsided right now. We're looking at waves offshore of 1.5 to 2 meters and below 1 meter in those sheltered bays. But the winds will still be coming out of the south-southeast, so you may see a few whitecaps from time to time. We only have one high tide tomorrow. That will be at 12:54 p.m. and we have low tides at 6:10 a.m. and at 6:36 p.m. So to recap, then we'll still see a few thundery downpours coming through, which may cause some gusty winds and street or flash flooding. So take care.